Alright, so we're jumping on here, and you know, there's not a lot of impression videos out there regarding sort of the armor abilities and things with Halo 4, so I just wanted to get Best Man's impressions, sort of see what he was impressed with, and just sort of press those issues a little bit. So, Best Man, how you doing right now?
You know, I'm impressed by that intro, and I'm really impressed by this bumper jumper layout that he just went to. I'm really like the menu screen that we just saw right there, and I'm sure we haven't talked about it a lot about the menu screen. So
right,
that was very impressive right there.
Yeah, and that's one thing I was really impressed with what 343 is doing is, even though they're not letting you customize the buttons you can press, you know, specifically, they are giving you a lot of options as far as your control layout and that sort of thing. But yeah, so let's talk about the issue right now, though. The biggest thing is everyone thinks Promethean Vision is overpowered because all you have to do is press that button and you can see through all those walls and get an impression of where everyone is around the map. So here's my thoughts on it, and I want to know if you agree, because I wasn't at E3. I wasn't able to get, you know, a press badge and get in there. So so I want to know, my thought is, you know, we only saw a few of the armor abilities, maybe I think 3. Like we had the thruster pack, Promethean Vision, and hologram, and there's other things like jetpack, well, the hard light shield, which was there. So do you think that with all the other armor abilities that Promethean Vision will be as powerful as it looks in all these videos?
I mean, it definitely is the most powerful, but, you know, to go out as far as say it is like the most overpowered thing and won't bring balance is slightly silly, because I think even though you can just press your armor ability button after every 3 seconds it resets, I still think it wasn't that hard to counter. I mean, you can see through you know, it opens up pretty quick, like you see, as you saw right there. It just sort of brings your field of vision, like starts off a little slow, then eases up, and then you can see across the map. But I don't think it's that overpowered. I think people are hyping it up a little bit too much.
Yeah, I would agree. That was my initial impression. I think, you know, maybe they'll balance it, maybe it won't be balanced, and at this point, it's not like a huge issue to me. I think the game will sort of naturally, you know, let itself be and that sort of thing, but in regards to sort of the weapons, we mainly saw all the pros use the battle rifle and sort of put their favorite
tryhard
tryhard pants and their favorite gun to use. But you sort of tried to experiment a little bit, so I want to get your opinion on maybe something we didn't see, maybe the carbine, something you tried that you were surprised by.
Well, my first impressions of the BR was I liked it a lot, and I sort of had like a false assumption about it. I thought the DMR wasn't good, and I thought the BR was, but that was like the very first game I played. They took us and we got to play like at 11 in the morning, the very first day of E3, or the Tuesday of E3, and I was just like, oh man, the DMR is not that good. But then as we played on in the VIP party later on, it was the complete opposite. The BR is terrible. I don't know why everyone's using it. I think it was just the same reason I was, the nostalgia feel to it. The DMR just felt so much more clean. And Hoaxer was actually using the carbine quite a bit, and I think he has one of those full gameplays out where he's using it probably 50% of the time. So, I mean, if anyone wants to watch that, they can get their own impression on that. Yeah. But I was really just pressed on the BR at first, but I opened up, it was using the DMR towards the later rounds, and I used the carbine for a game, and it went like 9-23, and everyone wants to talk about it on YouTube, so.
Yeah, well, see, my thing with the carbine is a lot of people just aren't familiar with that, like, in Halo, you know, you weren't pressured into going for that gun in the other Halos. You mostly wanted to get a battle rifle, like, or in Halo Reach a DMR as opposed to the needle rifle. So you weren't really used to using that button in pressure situations. So I think if the carbine, from what I've heard, I think it can be a strong weapon, but I just don't think people were used to using it.
Yeah,
and maybe
exactly.
Maybe that's my, you know, again, I didn't get to play it, but that was sort of just watching it. That's the impression I got.
And what's funny from that is that I think the 1v1 back in Halo 2 used to be carbine start, right?
I think
I'm
so.
Not yeah, so that's very funny. As we see Element here passing his teammate with that scatter gun, which looks really cool. I love the design of that. Just my first impressions of it were that it would be really powerful, but it's actually not. It kind of sucks mid-range unless you're like, I was trying to do all sorts of crazy stuff with it, but
yeah.
Yeah.
I was just really impressed with the animation when you pick it up. It seems like the game's just designed really well, you know, visually. It just sort of, it's easy on the eyes. It's a nice mix of a bunch of different games. I heard people like complaining that they copied Metroid Prime, and
I think they do have one of the guys that worked on it there.
And yeah, like that's the thing. Like, okay, it's a game about people in like these high armored spacesuits. Is like,
I don't know what element was going there.
Trying to figure out the gun. Yeah, I wasn't very impressed by that shot, man. I think when you press that trigger though, it's sort of like the grenade launcher.
Yeah, I mean, when you press it and then unpress it, it's sort of like it's not like the grenade launcher at all. I mean, it has the same exact concept to it, but I was just getting raped with it when I used it. As like, I was trying to use it up close and just I couldn't like unpress the button quick enough. But you know, another thing about all these videos out is like, I don't know how we're gonna keep milking these videos till Halo 4 drops, because I think these are the only videos we're gonna have.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. And yeah, I think like once people, but like to go back to that gun, I think it'll be a really impressive gun to use once people sort of master it and that sort of thing. And I think a lot of the guns in this Halo 4 will sort of be like that. We haven't seen a lot of needlers. Apparently, no one picked up the needler at all.
I did
during this thing. You probably did. What did you think of it?
They told me to when they were coming. I think you could see it in one of the, what is it, the developer
commentary?
Question and answer. Yeah.
Okay.
And of course, GameSpot wasn't even showing my screen when I was using it, but they were like, yeah, pick up the needler, and I did. And they're like, yeah, they really beefed it up from, I think Reach's needler wasn't that good. Which game had a good needler? Was it Halo?
Halo 3 had a pretty solid needler.
Yeah, and they're all like, I guess they're proud of that around in 343 that they beefed up the needler, which is a pretty cool gun to use to embarrass people.
It's sort of situational too. Like
I wish there was more just guns that, you know, the competitive side of the team could use, you know, instead of just we took out shotgun and like everything in Reach. We didn't have anything, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
I want to see more guns.
And I think just leave them in there for a while, you know, let people get used to them and see if they can find a use for them, as opposed to just deeming them like useful or useless and saying, okay, here's the 5 weapons that we're gonna have in competitive settings. Just leave them in there and let people figure out if they can use them or not, because someone could get creative. And obviously in like a close quarter situation like this map, it might be hard to utilize the needler, but in sort of the open spaces in the middle, you can probably get away with it, depending on how beefy it is, because I haven't even played it, so I don't know how far my impressions go. Mine's sort of just visual impressions, whereas your impressions are more hands-on. Sort of more.
Yeah, I mean, I was impressed with the fact that, I was getting told, they were coming up to me and telling me, like, pick up the needler, pick up the needler. I'm like, what?
Really pressuring you into doing it.
Yeah. I had a lot of pressure too when I picked up the snipe. So, and the only action of the snipe we see is me missing 6 or 7 shots, and that was a scatter shot right there that he just got killed by. So that looked really cool.
Yeah,
it looked like the Terminator right there, actually, just like coming up with this big ass gun. So
yeah, and that's the thing about these press events too. They sort of want to show off all the new things in the game rather than have you play like, I don't think boring is the right word, but they're proud of certain things. So that's what they want to show off. And there we see it. Is that an attempted crouch melee? Did anyone know? Can you duck melees again?
Well, he might have toggle crouch on, so toggle crouch was default when it resets, because the E3 build resets a button, and that guy actually had the damage shield on, or
is that the OS?
That could have been either the damage boost or the OS. I can't remember. It's in my notes on my iPhone. That I tried to make videos at E3, but I had no equipment, so.
Gotcha. Yeah. Should have gotten a press badge and used one of GameStop's cameras or something.
Yeah, I was trying to get Bravo to make a vid, but he was really milking that with Walsh.
He was probably pressured for time, so.
Yeah.
That's all right.
I mean, Element was playing like probably the best out of all the pros, mainly because you've only seen one-dimensional. He's Promethean Vision and BR this whole game.
He sort of found his groove and then decided to stick with it. There wasn't not a lot of experimentation going on with the different things. But, I mean, that's all right, He's just trying to get his name out there. He's a free agent, I think, for Halo 4.
I thought he was retired, unless he's making a comeback.
Halo 4, if he sticks with Promethean Vision, I think he might have a pretty fair shot.
I don't know. We might see, like, a press release of what he wants to do.
Right, yeah. Oh, man. So, yeah, I'm excited for Halo 4, but I wonder how much longer till we get new videos.
Like I said, I mean, I think we're just gonna be milking these as long as we can. I don't think there hasn't been any commentary over this except maybe the Spanish part of YouTube. I know, I know there's a pretty big YouTube
Impresiones.
Channel. Yeah. there's a pretty big videos of them talking over the Halo 4 gameplay, which is really surprising. We're getting like thousands of likes and stuff, and every comment's in Spanish. Like, what the heck?
Yeah, that's like a part like of the community that I never even realized was that heavy on YouTube, or something I never, you know, paid much attention to.
Yeah.
I know you always complain about their hosts, but I didn't realize they made gameplay commentaries and stuff as well.
Yeah. And see the 5 kills to win. That's something that's kind of cool. They say like 5 kills to win because
a lot more
that.
announcers.
Hell raising.
I wonder if does the scatter shot pass through? Like, can you get a double with one burst? That'd be pretty cool.
I hope so.
That would be nice.
See, the one thing I was confused about was the score of the game. I never really knew what was going on. It was just so hectic.
Oh yeah, and then you played a 600, I think, which was kind of like, if they don't explain that to you, it'd be kind of weird.
Yeah. And we're coming up to the end here.
Yep. Well, there's the victory. Hope you guys were impressed with this little impromptu commentary. I'm u4iX, and then this has been Best Man with our gameplay, commentary, impressions, what have you.
Yeah, we'll be coming more videos and that we won't feel pressure to do. You know,
right?
We have the whole summer and part of the fall,
and we have
get our impressions out here.
Yeah, all 5 of these videos we can just keep breaking down and you know, finding new things and giving you the thoughts on all the uniqueness of these few videos we have. So, anyways, that'll wrap it up for now. Again, check this video out. halocouncil.com is the website. Subscribe, thumbs up, like this video, comments on this video, and we'll talk to you guys later. Peace.
Peace.